Most of us know that when we are browsing the internet, we are not quite anonymous. Sometimes it's quite helpful, for example, when websites show up in our language right away, or when we don't have to put in our current location in Google Maps. However, most of the times I prefer to surf the web without letting everyone know where I'm located. When you live in Germany, you know the pain that GEMA blocks most of the music videos on YouTube, or you just can't access services like Netflix UK, US, HBO Go, and so on. Welcome to my YouTube channel, my name is Mac, and today we are going to take a look at a convenient VPN solution from ukproxyserver.com. Before we get started with the actual review of UK Proxy Server's service, let me explain first two crucial terms for this video. I assume most of you heard about the terms proxy server and VPN server, but do you actually know how they work and what the difference is? Most importantly, which one is the right for you? The idea behind them is pretty simple. Thanks to server's IP address, we're going to pretend we are located somewhere else. That way, we're able to access a location-restricted website, or maybe even access a website you don't want your provider or the government know it was you. A lot of you guys are currently writing in the comment section, Mac, VPNs can be used for way more than this. And I have to agree with you. I personally am using VPNs on a daily basis to connect to a variety of different networks located all over the world. To access file servers, computers, centralized home central solutions, or even surveillance cameras. But this is not part of this video, and nothing UK Proxy Server service will help you with. So let's start with the easier solution, the proxy server. Usually you set up a proxy in your browser or your application like a torrent client. That means all the other applications, except for the ones you set up, are going to connect to the internet with your regular IP address. For example, you could install two browsers, let's say Safari and Google Chrome, and use one normally and the other one only to a US television network website, thanks to a US proxy server. So let's go over it step by step. First, we set up the proxy and type in URL we want to open. The proxy server then sees our request and forwards it to the desired page pretending it's him. The site then loads on the proxy server and we are able to see the copy on the proxy server itself. This sounds quite secure, doesn't it? Not really. The data packets between us and the server are not secure and can be sniffed. Also, our ISP, Internet Service Provider, sees that we are accessing and hiding behind a proxy, and he knows exactly which packages we are sending and receiving. If the requested site uses Flash or JavaScript, they can find out where we are really from. So overall, there are scenarios like accessing location-restricted websites where this is the right solution, but for securing your connection and staying anonymous, this won't cut it. The more complicated solution is connecting to a VPN server. Connecting to a VPN creates a virtual network card on your system, and that way we're communicating over a different IP than our regular network card. But what does the VPN stand for? VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. Let's imagine the same scenario as before. We are trying to open a website and we want to pretend that we are located somewhere else. Most VPN providers have a dedicated software, but there are plenty of free alternatives available. I, for example, use Viscosity, which is a paid solution, but I need an application which works seamlessly with Automator and a remote buddy on the Mac for my media center. But this is a completely different topic. So going over the steps, first we're logging onto the VPN server, which means we are creating our own virtual network card, which is copying the IP address of the server. The VPN server requests the website we want to see, and now we can access the site on the VPN network. Until now it sounds just like the proxy solution, but trust me, there is more. The connection between our computer and the VPN network is at least 120-bit encrypted, but can also go up to a ridiculous 2048-bit. Also, our internet service provider only sees the right side of the graphic, which means he only sees that we are communicating with a server. The ISP does not know that we are in fact communicating with a different IP and requesting over different sites. The other advantage is that the website has no idea that we are hiding behind a VPN service, and they can't distinguish this request from any other regular request to a regular website. So now we know how both solutions work. So let's go quickly over the pros and cons. The most obvious pro for the proxy is that it's usually free or very cheap. It also hides our IP behind the proxy's IP and it withstands basic checks. It's typically faster than a VPN connection and we're able to set up the IP for each application separately. The most important con is that it's less secure than the VPN solutions. Websites can use smart scripts to sniff out our real IP. The other disadvantage is the not encrypted connection, so the ISP and others could see which sites we're accessing. Also, each application must be configured separately, but this can be easily an advantage depending on your use scenario, and that proxies do not come with a easily configured software. Okay guys, we're almost done. So let's just take a quick look at the VPN pros and cons. The VPN also connects through an anonymous IP, but the benefit here is that the connection is secure. Like I mentioned before, at least a 128-bit algorithm is used to encrypt our connection. And probably the most important advantage over all the other solutions is that our ISP and other institutions have no idea what pages we're accessing. Of course, there are some smaller drawbacks. Obviously, the connection is slower than our direct connection or even the proxy connection, and it costs more than a proxy. When a lot of users are connecting to the same VPN server, our connection quality might suffer. So in my case, the VPN solution works like a charm for many years. But I wanted something even easier to use. I often find myself browsing the web on the iPad and stumble all the time over websites which are not available here in Germany. So I decided that a second Wi-Fi network with a VPN configuration would be ideal. I did my research and everybody was praising ukproxyserver.com. I dropped them a request email, they came back to me and were happy to sponsor a review for this video. I went for the all-in-one package, the pre-configured MacTalksTech VPN router plus Now TV box. And of course a 12 months VPN subscription. The router arrived, I followed the stupidly easy setup instruction and it just worked. When I say stupidly easy, it really is. Connect the new router to your existing network connection and plug in the power. I could easily access any websites and any service from the UK right away. To access service from, let's say, the US, you simply log into your account on their website, choose which server you want to use now, and now you are browsing the web as if you were stationed in the US, UK, Canada or whatever. You could even switch to a proxy connection if you care more about the speed and less about the security. You can choose from a variety of different countries, and UK proxy server assured me that many more are being added in the next couple of months. Currently available are Canada, France, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, New Zealand, Spain, Swiss and the UK. So the all-inclusive package I chose comes at around £130, which is not exactly cheap. But when you want to buy the MacTalksTech router and the Now TV box by itself, you will easily pay the same amount and you don't have a VPN service included. Worthwhile to mention is that the following years will cost you only £45 since you already own all the hardware necessary. I must say I'm very happy with this service. First I thought about setting up a VPN router myself, but the simplicity of this solution and the advantage of how easy it is to switch from one country to the other made this solution a no-brainer for me. The speeds are better than the ones I experienced from other providers and are about 12 megabits down and 3 megabits up. Worth mentioning is that a regular connection has a download speed of around 22 megabits and an upload speed of around 5 megabits. So you could say it's about 50-60% of my regular speeds. So overall a great service from ukproxyserver.com, and I can really recommend it to you guys. I do not have an affiliate link or to get paid to say this, but it really just works out of the box. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and the excursion into proxy and VPN solutions. It really took a lot of time and effort to research this topic and record this video, so a like, a comment, and if you're not already, a subscription would be greatly appreciated. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Bye!